Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we're visiting with the marvelous and I've heard stupendous Rob Ralston, who is a very wonderful man and is in the special needs community as a caregiver. Rob, welcome to the show. It's good to see you.
Greetings.
You were telling me about your son Josh and that he's at the house and you're at the plumbing shop.
Yeah. I've got the blessings of the family business, and
Okay.
so my dad had this building. He bought this building, and it's big enough for me and my three sons. My dad went to heaven in '92, so it's a great way to. I've got all my projects here. It's a giant building, and my brothers helped me build a couple of bathrooms up here. I got a full bath and a half bath and so he plays in the shower. He loves water. So
Oh,
he's 23 and nonverbal. And
yeah.
so what we're with autism, so what I'm doing is that he loves to come here and he'll play in the shower, and he loves to his thing. A lot of these kids have interesting habits, and he loves, since he was 3 when the autism came on, that he's carried a toy in his hand.
Oh,
And the latest thing is he likes to throw them, and he wants me to go get them. And so it's good exercise, and sometimes I balance, like he wants to throw his toys over the fence into the neighbor's yard. Well, I had to turn the lock
yeah,
around on the house so he can't get out to do that. And
yeah,
so on the other hand, it's good exercise running up and down the steps, and it's what he wants to do. So I try to.
yeah,
We've had ABA therapy, applied behavioral analysis, and I really like it that it's in the autism community. I love the higher functioning kids can get mad about a lot of stuff, and that's a good problem to have. I wish
yeah,
my son was higher functioning enough to get all mad about that. That I think that it's a good first step in the olden days where the kids are all their senses are on at one time, and they can't look at people because there's too much going on at their face, and so they look down, and they can't filter out stuff. So
yeah.
what they like is routine. Well, the Pavlov's law, if you ring the bell, the dog salivates. So then they've got, and the autistic kids took to this. Well, we like routine, and so the first ABA people said, well, they're not in there. We're just going to train them. They're and to and it's really what they like is routine because they can trust it and it feels safe.
Yeah,
They're in there. They're not black and white thinkers.
right.
They seem rigid because that's how they stay safe. That's a symptom of the autism, not a symptom of not being intelligent,
Okay,
not having the ability to calm down and to adapt. And it
right.
depends on the autism, because if you met one kid with autism, if you only met one kid with autism, they're all different. And with the autism now, the exciting thing about it, at least for me, is that you have the lower functioning and the high functioning, and we're gathering everybody up into the autism spectrum disorder, because they used to call it Asperger's was the high functioning. Now they found out that Mr. Asperger's over in World War II in Germany didn't do nice things, so we had we had to change the name. So the higher functioning the higher functioning individuals are mad. Well, wait a minute, we're Aspies. You can't change our name. And I say, well, hold on now. Let's all work together. Let's gather everybody up into the autism spectrum disorder. And
Yeah,
let's have, because you've got kids with ADHD that are bouncing off the walls, and then you have the lower functioning kids. So why don't we all work together? And and so that's what I'm asking them to do. And
yeah.
so what I do is that I'm taking what I've learned from, been married for 30 years. We had Josh late in life, and I want to help the other parents who have the older kids. So there's a
Right.
short elevator speech and a longer one. So I'll give my branding people say give the short one first. So what I want to do is I help these parents with the lower functioning kids. What do you do when the school bus stops coming? Because you've had school, you've had 6 hours to,
Right.
where the child was at school, where you could work, that one parent could work the side hustle, they could work their day job. If they was a single parent, they could go to school, they could work. Now the child who needs 24-hour care is with you all day long, and they think, well,
Yeah.
I'll find the adult daycare at the nursing home. Well, the nursing home
Okay.
wants one lower functioning kid that's in a wheelchair or a bed, so they can have one person watching three kids. Well, our
Yeah.
kids are bouncing off the walls, and so I help those parents. Okay, what's the next step? Because grandma and grandpa are getting older, and they're not as strong, and the kid's
Yeah.
stronger. All of a sudden,
Yeah. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
outweighs you by 100 pounds, outweighs grandma and grandpa by 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And so I just help them with with the next steps.
Okay. Now, what form does that help take?
Hmm. Well, what it does is it takes the form of being able to sleep better at night, because or when you have a special needs child, whether they're low functioning or high functioning, then you worry all the time about what's going to happen when you pass away, because you don't
Yeah.
have a child that can grow up and be on their own. Now,
Right.
the higher functioning kids, they may be able to make money, they may be able to live on their own. Their parents always worry that my son's going to be taken advantage of. So all the
Yeah.
parents have the same worries. And what I do is I coach that I know low functioning autism the best. And this stuff applies to if you have a child that's ADHD that has poor grades or keeps getting fired from their job when they're an adult. So I help all the disabilities where it's blind and deaf and low functioning, whether it's mental or physical, and I help those parents with those struggles. Now I do I can only coach the higher functioning kids, because the lower functioning kids need occupational therapy and speech therapy. So right now, I don't have the training or the backing to do that. But what I want to do
Okay.
is I want to coach the parents, and I want to coach the higher functioning kids, because like the higher functioning kids, they have a job coach and they have a job, and so we play good cop bad cop. The parents and the coach or the job coach are frustrated. Well, I come in, well, let's talk about this, what's going on. I take the time to break down everything that's going on with this difficulty at the
Right.
job or at the, and so that's what I do. And with now with so with the parents, then I want the parents to stay together. I teach conflict resolution skills that my wife
Okay.
and I have learned. I help them get on the same page. Don't get divorced. Stay
Right.
together.
Right.
I help new dads with the denial, and moms and dads denial is it takes different forms.
Yeah.
Dads are problem solvers, and they all of a sudden they see this can't be solved and they shut down. Now sometimes the moms are saying, oh, I'm super mom, I'll solve this problem, and that's their denial. They're in denial that this is real. And then
Okay.
sometimes moms and dads are in complete denial because it wasn't what they expected.
Yeah.
And then if they have other kids, well, I mean, with then I help with the siblings, because siblings are a great thing to have, because when they grow up, they can take care of the child. Now, what mom and dad have to balance out is that the siblings feel left out when they're young kids, and when they're adults,
Right.
then they feel like I can't go work out of town. I've got to stay close by to help mom and dad, and this is going to be my life. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's I coach the children, the siblings, and as children and as adults, and
Okay.
so the parents, they have all this stuff incoming. They have their own fears, their own limitations. So how I help is that I give them a safe place to sit down and talk about this. And what a
Okay.
lot of parents don't really understand about coaching is they don't know what they're missing. Is that they think, well, I need OT and I need speech for my lower functioning child, or
Mm,
how would this help? And when they get somebody, a parent that I've experienced all these things, I've heard all these things, I'm where you're at, even if my child is not on the same level or different problems, then what I do is that I don't consult or mentor or give advice. And what that's kind of strange is that you, from the outside looking in, you think a therapist is supposed to do that, to mentor and to give advice.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not supposed to. The ones that are, they tell us in coaching school and therapy school, we're supposed to sit on our hands and listen because the answers are inside of our clients. We can lead them
right,
with
right, right.
motivational
Yeah,
interviewing. We can say, well, what would happen if you took the kids and you put them in the car and you drove half the night and you woke up at the swim park? And so we don't say you need a vacation. That we plant that seed. So the a therapist that the power goes to their head, or they've got all these debts that they're trying to pay to be in school, and
yeah.
sometimes they don't understand that, or they don't
Mm,
believe in that. That's, well, I
mm,
make money helping, giving advice. So
yeah,
what happens with the average public is they don't understand, what are coaches do? Well, what do therapists do? Therapists help you with the past, and coaches help you with the future. So when I'm
mm,
coaching somebody and
yeah,
I teach them these conflict resolution skills, and stuff keeps coming up from their past, I say, well, go to your therapist and work it out, and then come
right,
back to me, and get some homework, and we'll work on that.
right, right.
And so
Okay.
I help them. I help them help mom and dad, or if they're not married, or we've got partners, and we've got gay couples,
Whatever the situation
whatever
is. Yeah,
whatever they
yeah,
have, they're committed to that child, and let's not have all these other distractions. And if I could
yeah,
help them weed out the distractions themselves, then they
right.
sleep better at night, and then they're not overwhelmed, and then more information, because I've got all the resources. I don't tell them that first time. Get them stabilized,
Yeah,
and then they can go look at those resources. Or
right,
if they
right.
come in hot and they say, I want the wheat gluten-free diet, I'll say, okay, well, here's some resources, visit with them, and then come back to me. When they come back, I say, well, now, how do you think this is going to help your child? Well, I think it'll help do this. Well, tell me more about that. Tell me more about
Yeah,
that. Tell me more about that. The
right.
the the W questions and the how questions, and that's what us coaches do. And the more the parents talk, then they pick up little things, because I'm not an expert on any of these therapies. I'm an expert on sitting on my hands and trying to get the parent to figure out, okay,
What,
what are
what,
what are your, I ask, what are your pain points? Well, it's potty training, it's
yeah,
outbursts, speech.
yeah,
Okay, well, let's talk about, if that was solved, how would it help?
yeah.
And I can recommend Michelle B. Rogers. She works on those three things. She's put up your butt New Jersey therapist. Well, that
Hmm.
may work for one person, but if you want a soft spoken handheld person that has more training than me, I'll send the moms out to Michelle B. Rogers in
Hmm.
California. And that's
Okay.
and so it's that's what I do.
It's an amazing thing. I just can't help but admire you a lot because
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much there, and it's for most people it's just completely unknown territory,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for most humans. So now, do you actually have an organization that you're the founder of that does some of this, and have you trained other therapists or coaches to work with you, helping them, or how does that pan out?
Well, how it pans, you know, for now, I'm a one horse show that I have my autistic son that pulls me every which direction. So
Right,
what I'm doing is I have my day job at the family plumbing business, and I'm stepping back from that a little bit by little bit. And guys, I want to ride around in a car and take my son to different therapies and have the options when the Medicaid ladies can't watch him. So
right,
what I'm doing now is that I know about like the Autism Society of America is we have a chapter, our local support group, so I'm involved in them, and there's a whole lot of people that are out there. So for right now, I'm a coach and I'm a connector, and so I haven't got into training the other therapists on how to do this.
okay, all
Mhm.
right. What other things would you like us to do in this particular show? Do you want to? Because I would like to do a series with you if you want to eventually.
Yeah.
Do you want to, at some point, do you want to back up the truck and give us a couple, in a weeks or months, a
Hmm.
couple of shows on the introduction to these various things and how they fit together? Because I
Yes,
don't,
I
I
would.
don't think the public. I mean, I certainly don't, and there's a lot I want to tell you, but I don't want to inundate either one of us. But there's all these things, ADHD and this and that, and how they fit together, and what the spectrum looks like, and
Right.
all that. We could do that someday. What else do you want to? Do you want to? What do you want to do today? I don't want to just.
Yeah. Well, what
What
I
would
want to
you
do
like to do?
today is that the people watching this that are curious about autism, that that it's on the rise because of um, lot of different things. I believe that it's on. What I want parents to know. Well, it's a lot of people. Like I spoke to parents. So what I want the general public to know is when you see a child with autism, when you see somebody that's acting strange or could be on the spectrum, uh, say a prayer and bless them and send them positive energy and try to help. Give mom and dad a smile that you understand, and if you see it, so the parents can get are going to feel that because they're under a lot of
Yeah.
stress. They're
Well,
under
they probably feel a little ostracized too.
they do, and what I want and what's good about this is that everybody that I take when I take my son out into the community, everybody immediately picks up that he's different. I don't have any problems because they all say, okay, oh, I have a family member or a cousin, or I knew this, or I knew that, or I used to work
Right,
with
right,
this
right.
person. So mom and dad, everybody, uh, I mean, you're not going to be ostracized. And the people that there's less and less people that don't understand. The only time you're gonna that people are gonna get anxious is okay, you're in the checkout line and they're already anxious and your child is flipping out, so they're already on a heightened alert.
Yeah.
So what I recommend to those parents is go to the same store that you go to all the time because the managers will know if your child runs off from you, they'll say, grab him. You can yell, grab him, and they will.
Okay.
And so the only
Good.
problem
Wonderful advice. Thank
Right. The
you.
only
That's good.
problems, mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, the only problems you're going to have is in lines when people are already anxious. So don't let that bother you. And what you have to look at, is it worth it to try to take them to the store? With my son, right now, it's not because he's so
Okay.
strong. He'll run off for me. I have to bear hug him. He's,
Right.
and so you have elopement issues. So I'd like to talk, I would, talk to the general public about how to support us. And then we would talk about how do you do with the high functioning children, the high functioning adults who sometimes are chatterboxes and they love to talk, and how you can be patient with them, and then gently set a boundary, and so there's things, there's all sorts of things with the adults, and then you have Down syndrome, and you have cerebral palsy, you have special needs like the wheelchair people. They're very independent. You want to help and grab their wheelchair, do not do that. And
Yeah.
just look at from afar, and they'll catch your eye. If they want your help, say, hey, can you help me here? And they will.
Yeah.
Or you can just stand back. Like if you notice a family, they've got a whole bunch of they got a special needs child, and they got a group of kids. Well, just hang back a little bit, help watch mom as she gets everything in the car, and just hang in your car a minute in case
Right.
one of them runs off. But stand
Okay.
back far
Yeah.
enough so you don't spook mom. But
Right.
there's
Right.
all my wheels are spinning, Mark, and I'll get more ideas to you. It's that include like special needs. You have the mentally ill, you have the people with bipolar and schizophrenia, and like one mom, my son won't take his medicine, he's homeless. We drag him in, he takes his medicine, he feels better, but then he goes back. Well, welcome
Yeah.
to the special needs community. You're one of us.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so,
So that's bigger than I thought.
yeah.
Is there any umbrella word that you would use to cover all of that?
Hmm. Yeah, there is.
What would that be? What would that
Well,
word or phrase
it's
be?
called neurodiversity.
Okay.
What we're doing
Okay.
is, like I started in the beginning, we stopped using the term Asperger's, and
Right.
it is we said we're gonna put everybody under the autism spectrum disorder, and now we stopped doing that, and we're moving to neurodiverse. Because what I
Okay.
want people to understand is, in the olden days, we called them mentally retarded. So people,
Right. No, no, no. I'm
we
old enough to remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
we do not want to use the word retarded because
Okay.
and we want to use the word, and because that's a very triggering word, and we want to be ready to bless the higher functioning ones that are triggered, and that's a
Okay.
good problem to have. That they're
Okay.
because they can go out and they can make money, and they can speak, and they can advocate for ourselves, because
Yes.
the
Yes.
lower functioning need some
Mhm.
help. So
Yeah.
we got neurotypical, which is all of us regular people, and then we've got
What? Say that phrase again.
well, it's neurotypical, because
Okay. Okay.
neurotypical,
Okay.
you're calling normal, and so like we used to call normal and abnormal. Well, we don't want to yeah,
You don't want to say that
we
anymore.
don't want to say that anymore. Um yeah, let me
Oh
yeah,
boy.
I've got my guy downstairs that I got to go let in, but I think
All
the
right.
main thing is we can pause the recording or we can cut it loose. Um
It's entirely up to you. I really would just want to be of service to you. So
yeah,
whichever thing is better for you, we'll do that. What's
I
better for
think
you?
we'll just, I'll say the thing I want to leave them with, look for neurodiversity and be ready, and don't get triggered by, oh, DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. No, we're not about
Yeah.
that. These are vulnerable people that need our
Give
support.
us a piece of contact information before you have to go
Yes, what I got
downstairs.
to go is my
Yeah,
website. It's a long one.
it's all right.
It's life coaching for special needs families. Life
Okay, got it.
coaching for special needs families, and also call and text me on my cell phone anytime. I'm on Eastern time zone. Call during the daytime at that. Text me anytime. My
You're
cell
telling me that, or you're telling the
I'm
public
telling
that?
the public that
All
here's
right.
my cell
Okay.
number, and when it
All
blows
right.
up, I'll handle it.
All right, boss. All right.
Because
God bless. You take
I've
care.
got, yeah, too long of a number, too long of a name, but my cell number is 502-541-5038. And if you can put that in the show notes, then they can
I
click on
will.
both.
Yep, I will.
Okay,
Take
I
care.
gotta
God
go.
bless you, man. Take care.
Bless you. Here we go. Gotta
All
hit
right,
leave.
boss. Talk to you soon.